My thermostat keeps adjusting itself to 73 degrees at exactly 6:17 p.m. That's when my wife died 2 years ago. 2 years ago, my wife Sarah died from a heart attack at exactly 6:17 p.m. while setting the thermostat. She always complained I kept the house too cold, constantly adjusting it to her preferred 73 degrees. Since then, I've lived alone, keeping the temperature at a comfortable 68. But every single day at 6:17 p.m., the thermostat changes itself to 73 degrees. At first, I thought it was a programming glitch. I called the HVAC company 3 times. They replaced the thermostat, checked the wiring, even installed a new smart unit. But every day at 6:17, it switches to 73. I started timing it. At 6:16, the display shows 68. At 6:17 exactly, it changes to 73 without anyone touching it. The house warms up. Then at 9:30 p.m., Sarah's old bedtime, it switches back to 68. The smart thermostat has an activity log. Every day it shows 6:17 p.m., manual adjustment by Sarah Davis, temperature set to 73 Fef. I called the thermostat company's tech support. Sir, your device shows manual adjustments from a registered user named Sarah Davis. She has administrative access to your home automation system. Sarah Davis died 2 years ago. That's impossible. She adjusted the temperature 15 minutes ago. According to our app, she's currently in your living room. I looked around my empty living room. Nobody there. But the temperature was rising to 73 degrees. I decided to test something. At 6:15 p.m., I sat next to the thermostat and waited. At exactly 6:17, I watched the dial turn by itself. No hands, no tools, just the dial rotating clockwise to 73. Sarah, I said aloud, is that you? The thermostat's display screen lit up with text. Hi, honey, house was cold again. I stared at the screen. Sarah, you're gone. I know, but you never dress warmly enough. Someone has to take care of you. Tears started rolling down my face. I miss you so much. I miss you too. But I'm not really gone. Just harder to see. The smart thermostat had become Sarah's way of communicating. Every evening at 6:17, she'd warm the house and send me messages through the display. How are you doing this? Same way I always did. Muscle memory, I guess. This was my daily routine for 15 years. I realized Sarah had been taking care of me for 2 years without me knowing, making sure I was warm, comfortable, maintaining our old evening routine. Sarah, why 9:30? Why does it change back? That's when I used to go upstairs to bed. Old habits. The next evening I was ready at 6:17. The thermostat adjusted and a message appeared. Made your favorite dinner today. Check the kitchen. I went to the kitchen. On the counter was a plate of spaghetti and meatballs. Still warm, exactly how Sarah used to make it. Sarah, how did you make dinner? Practice. Been learning to move things. Took 2 years to figure out how to turn on the stove. Over the following weeks, Sarah's messages became longer, more detailed. She'd tell me about her day, ask about mine, remind me about doctor appointments. The thermostat became our communication hub. Sarah, are you trapped here? Not trapped. Choosing to stay. You're terrible at taking care of yourself. She was right. Since her death, I'd been eating poorly, forgetting to pay bills, letting the house fall apart. Sarah, maybe you should move on. Find peace. I am at peace. This is where I belong. Taking care of you is what made me happy when I was alive. Last week, something changed. At 6:17, the thermostat adjusted to 73, but there was no message. I waited all evening. Nothing. I was panicking when finally at 9:30 text appeared. Sorry, honey. Was busy teaching the new neighbor how to use her thermostat. New neighbor. Mrs. Henderson next door died yesterday. Her husband doesn't know how to work their heating system. I'm helping her help him. I realized Sarah had become part of a supernatural support network. Dead spouses helping living ones through smart home technology. Sarah, how many of you are there? More every day. We call ourselves the Neighborhood Watch. Everyone needs someone to adjust their thermostat. This morning, I got a notification from my smart home app. Welcome to Thermostat Angels. Connecting families across dimensions. Monthly subscription. Free. Love unlimited. My thermostat now shows multiple users. Sarah Davis, Mrs. Henderson, Frank Martinez from down the street. They're all taking turns making sure their living spouses stay comfortable. Tonight at 6:17, my thermostat displayed a group message. We're never really gone. We're just working the night shift.